Hi, we're back, and we have a wonderful guest this morning. She's been on our show once before, and we're very happy to have her back. It's Miss Lynda Bulla. Hi, Lynda.
How do you do?
Oh, it's good to see you again.
Thank you, you too.
Yeah, so you got some new books, right?
Well, I have a book called The Blanket of Miracles that I brought to share today, and it is my newest book. It came out about October. I'm really excited about The Blanket of Miracles because it's one of the few new bilingual books that's out there. And bilingual diversity books are just so important in today's world. We have a 52% rate of Hispanics in our area, and the amount of books that are in some of your big bookstores like Barnes and Nobles, things like that, are very, very few. It's a real crime, and they're talking about literacy. They're talking about, they want you to talk, read, sing to your infants and to your children and to your toddlers, and yet there's no good literature out there for them to do that with. It's really sad. So this Blanket of Miracles, La Cobija de Milagros, is it's based on a true story. It's based on a real blanket.
Wow.
And it's all about love. And it's just a wonderful story to be able for grandparents and grandchildren to sit down and read together. It's a great way to share a culture and share a story. And it's just so important. We just don't do that often enough in our society today with our children. We're not sharing our family histories. We're not sharing our family culture. Uncle Ted comes maybe once a year to tell his war stories at Thanksgiving, and if that, we just don't get together and do that anymore. We should be doing that around the table. We should be doing that in the car when we're driving instead of everybody buried in video games. We need to share these stories. We need to share our adventures, because kids don't know how to act and how to handle problems if we don't talk about them.
No, and they tend to just get into those machines and nothing else matters. They don't realize the whole world out there to enjoy.
That's right. So The Blanket of Miracles is about a little girl whose grandmother's mother. So the little girl's bisabuela is great-grandmother in Spanish. And her bisabuela was given this blanket by her sister. Now, the lady was orphaned at about age 5, and she came from a very large family, and so her older brother brought her to the United States from Mexico. She lost track of most of her other siblings. And years later, when Jessie has her own family, she meets up with one of her sisters and gets invited down to Aguascalientes. And the sister, Juanita, has a yarn shop down there, and she weaves blankets and sarapes and skirts and sweaters and all these wonderful things for the people of her town.
Right.
And so when Jessie and Juanita visit each other and everything, and the whole family is exposed to what Juanita does, and Juanita gives Jessie a blanket to bring home with her and said, "Into this blanket I have woven all of the love I could never give you as a child."
Oh my gosh.
And so the blanket then takes on a life of its own. And so the story starts with Liv, who would be Jessie's great-granddaughter, and Liv is 5, and she says, "My tummy hurts. Can I use the blanket?" And so the grandmother covers up Liv with this blanket and tells her the story of the blanket.
Oh.
And it's it's so beautifully illustrated. My illustrator is a wonderful watercolorist.
Let's look at that a little bit.
Wonderful watercolorist by the name of Maggie Ledbetter.
Wow.
And she has just done this absolutely gorgeous job that you can see there, depicting the girls and the blanket and the dream state and the Mexican culture throughout the book. It is just absolutely wonderful.
But this is interesting. Look, the cover, the picture goes all the way around to the back, which is really neat, I'm telling you. Well, listen, This is so exciting because I know that your other books have done really well, but I know this is going to do a really fantastic job. It's beautiful, it really is. And the story, well, love is my thing.
Yes.
Anything about love.
Yes, exactly.
So, did we see some things on the screen, or did you notice that?
I did, and
Good.
Right now what's up there is my one, The Little Drop of Water, which I brought because I figure it's always a timely topic. This is a book that's been out for a number of years. It's still very pertinent today. All of my books, I call them books with character because they all have a special story to them. Mm-hmm. They all have a special moral or meaning. Tony's a Hero is about a tractor who doesn't want to be a tractor. He wants to be a sports car. Under the Big Yellow Leaf is kind of all the hidden things in the world. They're little creepy crawlers that kids love. So all of these books are available on my website, but I really encourage parents, grandparents, daycare people, anybody that has access to small children. You should be reading to them, talking to them, singing to them. And particularly when they get a little older, 5, 6, 7 years old, still continue that because this is how kids learn to cope with the problems of the world. If we don't share our stories as to what happened to us and how we handled it, they're not going to know. We don't have rites of passage nowadays like we used to.
Oh, that's for sure.
And so, kids used to be able to learn from around the campfire, from listening to their elders in a tribe. We don't have that anymore. We're lucky if we know who our relatives are.
True.
And so it's so important for children to be exposed to really good stories. And if you don't know how to approach an issue with a child, find a book that deals with it. You'll find one out there.
Listen, now before you leave, I want you to give your website because some people will be able to get there quickly that way.
Yes.
So
my website is lindabulla.com.
That's really hard.
That's hard to do, lindabulla.com, and that's the best way to do it. My books are available on Amazon, but if you go through Amazon, I can't sign them. So if you would like a personalized copy signed to your child, do it through lindabulla.com. We have PayPal and all the right stuff.
That's perfect. Thank you
for
coming in, Lynda.
This was wonderful.
Do come in again.
I certainly will. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We'll be right back.